Hello, everyone. This is Ellen Gerstein, and today I am delighted to be interviewing Susan Johnston, the director and founder of the very special New Media Film Festival. Hello, Susan. I'm so excited. I just want to say that Big Al, Hip Hop, and Her, the screenplay that got in, I'm so excited.
I mean,
I,
there's a review process. So, it wasn't me. Judging time, I get to put my 2 cents in, but I also tell them you don't have to listen to my 2 cents, but I have to tell you my 2 cents.
I'm
So, yeah, it's all you and it's all the reviewers. Yeah.
I'm so thrilled. Well, I just want to say, since you are the founder and director of the New Media Film Festival, which is such a wonderful festival because
Thank
you
you.
honor the artist so well, I'd like to start by just having you say what you need to say, what you want to say about
Okay.
the festival and giving the time and when and where and about it and how you originated it and founded.
Whoa. Okay. That's a lot because we're in our 15th year.
Woo!
But let me just go back. So, the mandate of the festival is honoring stories worth telling. And I mean, that means so many things to me, right? So, especially in the entertainment business, you really need a story, even if it's a manufactured story like reality TV. It is still a story. What are you talking about? What are you trying to convey to people? So new media is the flip side of it, which is how are you going to make that story? How are you going to distribute that story? How are you going to share that story with the world? And what most people don't know is I was released from high school to go to a technology company as part of a work study program because I don't like forms. So I'm like, I'm not taking the college track, even though I went to college and did well. I took the business track. And it was amazing because I learned like accounting and we did stock market trials. And Merrill Lynch wanted to hire me. And I said, no, I'm going to be an actress. Okay. If a stock company ever offers to hire you, take the job, act on the side. And when you make enough money or more than the stocks, that's when you leave. But okay. So really, that's why the festival exists. It exists for the creator who took the time to either, collaborate with someone on an idea, license someone else's idea, definitely not borrow it or steal it. That's not cool. And make something. I think everyone needs to be applauded for that. I mean, you know how hard it is to write a script. I mean,
Mm.
and what I do is, I mean, people don't know this. I've been in the business since I was a child. And, if I'm going to ask someone to do something, I do it myself. So I had a script based on true events and I needed something fixed. And I thought the guy who wrote it couldn't do it. He was still in post-traumatic stress syndrome. At least he knew that, which was great, because otherwise it would have been a struggle. He wasn't forcing things. And so
Hmm.
the guy who I hired, just wasn't getting it. So I said, you know what? I locked myself in a room for 2 days and just even knowing I'm not a writer of scripts. I'm like, let me try to see if I can formulate something in this section that'll go in the direction I want. I failed, but I didn't fail because I learned how hard it is to write, how it is for me, it either comes out fully because I write for Rolling Stone. It's like, bloop, it's done. Or I procrastinate like nobody's business. I'll go eat, I'll go have a cup of coffee, I'll go run an errand and think it's magically going to be done and it's not. So, yeah. That's it. We honor stories worth telling. We're all about positioning and empowering creators all over the globe to either, monetize, connect, learn things that can help them make decisions that, better their lives, not only their careers, but their lives. Because
Right,
if your
right.
life is a hot mess, chances are your career is a hot mess. so
Exactly.
so it's a lot. And right now I'm in crunch mode, right? Because we're programming. I mean, our final submission date just happened. And so now we have a deadline date where we have to notify everyone. So we're going through everything. And I literally look at everything and I read everything. Do I read all scripts? in their entirety, no, but I read like a good chunk in the beginning
Enough.
because you have to. I mean, if I'm going to meet these people in person, if we're helping their careers, I kind of have to get to know what they do. And so what I'm learning is, and it's interesting because there were phases after COVID, right? So now I think we're in our third live festival after COVID. So thank goodness the creators aren't as angry anymore. They were just angry. I think they were angry at everything. I tried not to take it personal, but after a while it takes personal. But what I've noticed on this one is extremely interesting. So if there's any advice I can give to creators when they're faced with someone who literally his whole business is to take their life and try to help you, which I'm going to shut that so you don't hear that noise anymore. Sorry about that. Um, it's what someone said to me, and I know it's going to sound silly, but someone said to me about Mercury in retrograde, stop fighting it, just go with it. Just go with it because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So I'm finding that there's a handful of creators that are trying to control every aspect of the festival. And they can't because I can't. It's a living being, it's a creation of how many countries are involved,
Right.
how many, I'm making this up, but I could have 50 in shorts and only one in feature category. So like you can't control where it goes. And maybe if the festival suggests you go into a different category, it's for your advantage
Of course.
because right, so that was really, really interesting. And one guy backed out, which is totally fine. But I think he realized in our response that he was trying to force something that it's not his company. Some of the things he was asking for are totally out of our control, and we're not even at final notification yet, so we can't even answer what you're demanding at this time. So I just say chill. Know that if you create you're already successful.
Right. Exactly.
Um, if you can find a way, you have a right to say no. Always have a right to say no, but it's how you say no, right? It's why you say no. And as a friend of mine once said to me, because I have an ebook on how to basically live in Los Angeles on next to nothing, and we update it and we give it to the interns, when they're done with their it's a 20-hour program because they can get jobs, they can feed themselves, they can clothe themselves. And one of my friends actually said to me, they said, not everybody wants something for free. And I went, okay. So there are people that need these things for free or low cost. It's not costing us anything that we learned through trial and error. So we're just going to offer it. So even though I didn't like what they said, I took what they said and said, okay, good to know. Right? Good to know there's people out there that don't care about win-win, that don't care about, resources. And I said, okay, so it made my mind go, we're offering opportunities. And what's an opportunity? If the ball lands in your court,
Right.
not mine. So that was one way to distance it from being personal because this.
Right.
And the time that you're taking out to do this, thank you so much. You could be doing so many other things with your busy life, as an actress and a writer and a host. So I appreciate you taking that time as well. So we have to do what we love. We have to do what's within our value system, right? And even I'm still working on every day being nicer or more diplomatic in how I respond, knowing that I don't know what's going on in that person's life that day.
Right.
Mm,
Exactly.
that was a lot.
Exactly. But I was told years ago by a therapist that I was
Okay.
going to, he said, success is not really about the money or what the house you have and this and that. Success is doing what you love to do because so many people aren't able to do it or don't, are frightened to take that chance. Doing what you love to do is true success. And I believe that 100%.
I do think that's a really huge choice. I again, I write for Rolling Stone, and they asked me something recently, and there's a thought leadership program where they ask different leaders the same question, and one was on, just that. What do you do when you're complacent? So you may love what you're doing, and you may have been doing what you love for a long time, but have you done something outside of that to open your horizons?
Right.
And so I gave them a list of things to do. Um, and then I said, if all else fails, just go to your favorite go-kart track and hug the corner. Like, the wind in your hair,
Uh,
you're going fast.
I love it. I used to do that. I love
I
it.
know, right? Now they're
It
like, I mean, years ago they were just like, a frame with four wheels and a seat. Now they
right.
look like, right? I think they're actually a
It
lot more.
was, it felt so powerful.
It was you in the wind. I mean, that's all it was. And hopefully a helmet. But yeah, so go
Susan,
out and have fun.
Susan, give us the dates and where the festival is
Okay.
and a little bit about applying, how someone applies to it. Just a
That's a
little
great
bit of those
question.
specifics.
Thank you. Okay. So New Media Film Festival is always held in the Los Angeles area. We've had to change venues since the landmark closed 3 weeks before our event, right? So we tried, that was a theater. We tried unique venues, love them, don't work. We're back to a theater. So this year, for our 15th, June 5 and 6, 2024, we are at Look Cinema in Glendale, California. It is a smaller version of what we loved about the landmark. So come join us there. Our online tickets are only $10. That's June 5th. Our in-person has a VIP soiree, red carpet step and repeat with press interviews and international art exhibit. We have food this year. I can't tell you how happy I can feed people really food. That's my Italian side. We could only do like, cheese and crackers before, right? So because of and again, when people want to control something, they don't know that my venue will only let me do X, Y, and Z. And so that's what I could do. We have an award ceremony, we have Q&As. So what I recommend is if you're going to go to a festival, go to one you're in. Let them know you're coming so they can position you. And they can do things just like, can you go welcome this person, a fellow, a nominee, because that's what festivals are about. But also do a little research on the festival, who's running it, what do they do for a living? Do they have anything to do in the media or entertainment business? Or are they just building a business? Because the level of people that attend or are judges are going to be based on some of those things. And so how to enter, we have 28 categories, everything from pitching to your classic to your tech categories. And I'm going to give you a code. It's WOW, WOW, and you'll save 20% on anything in the submission. And that is through Film Freeway, because we have a weird ticketing system that the discount code is probably more awkward for you to use than filling out a registration form. So that's why we just send it there. I think if you go to newmediafilmfestival.com, up at the top, the folders tell you what you need. Do you want to know more about submissions, the perks, the awards, the judges, the descriptions? Go there. For the events page, where it is, how to access it, or who's been nominated, go there. Remember, all information won't be up until mid-April. And then we keep it up till the end of the year again. And here's something else. If you're in a festival, or if you're in press and you like the press, send that link out as often as you can, because they don't stay forever anymore. So for example, if you're a nominee, we keep it up till the end of the year. For that entire year, regardless of what you do, that link should be part of selling yourself, even if you send them a demo reel, because it automatically because there's so much non-truth out there that it solidifies you because it's coming from, us or that festival's website where you've got the poster and the title and the whether it's a premiere status or who's the cast and crew, what's the log line, what country is it from. And yes, some platforms that want to distribute you actually want certain countries. So one of our deals is with Amazon. They gave us 14 new countries. That's a lot of countries.
A lot.
But that also meant the SRTs had to be converted into that language. That being said, that means if we had a title already in distribution, it had 14 more opportunities on a major platform to make money. Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
Amazing. So yeah, that's sort of the things we do.
Well, I tell you, I'm crazy about New Media Film Festival. I'm crazy
We're
about
crazy
you.
about you, Ellen. I love your hair, by the way. It's different than the last. I think I haven't seen you in like 2 years. And okay, so full disclosure, if I know anyone or I'm part of something, I don't tell my judges and I don't judge. And
Good.
so one year something was in and it was good, right? But it wasn't the best. And so when a judge judged the category, I go, okay, good. Now I can tell you. And I told them, I said, this is how I know someone in this I'll say it, a web series. And he said, well, why didn't you tell me? I go, why would I tell you? Because then you're going to judge that differently, and that's not right to everyone who submitted. So I take great pride in that. And just, for transparency, the web series didn't win that category. And I'm actually kind of happy about that because I know it got judged on its own. And I really feel that if I said, oh, I know, well, I'm making this up, but oh, I know Ellen because she's interviewed me before. I don't want that to sway because it's really about the story. And honestly, if you win an award, somebody said you're good, go make another one. Yes. That is not your final destination. You did not graduate and walk across the school and get a diploma. Exactly. That was us saying, go, run.
Go do.
Go to Boardwalk or Park Place.
Well, I just think that your festival has such integrity and it's so wonderful and special. And it so honors the artist. I just love it. And I speak so highly of it. And I
appreciate that. Thank you.
Really.
Thank you. Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to say before we sum it up?
So I want to, let's do Gene Wilder in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So shine a good deed in a weary world. And then I'm going to share another quote with you that I absolutely love. I love to quote Yoda. He says, there is no try, do.
Yes, I love that.
That's it.
And love the process.
Do you? Okay.
Love the process.
You love the process. Oh, you mean love the process. I thought you were saying you love the process. I don't always love the process, and I love what I do. But you're right. You've got to find that way. You've got to find the way to love the process. And sometimes it means just walking away for a minute and
whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Yes. You have a good therapist.
I just love
I have
you.
Yoda.
I'm so excited to get to the festival.
I'm excited to see you. And again, thank you for submitting. It was such a nice surprise when I was like, oh, this is who got accepted. Yay. But I do want to let you know you're actually good company. And this actually is very heartwarming to me because, I did build the film festival after the economic crash of 2008 when all my friends were leaving California, right? And I'm like, what can I build that can help everyone? So we have quite a few, I call you an alum because you've been in the festival before. We have quite a few alums this year, and not all of them were accepted. But it was really heartwarming to know, oh, they had a great experience. They came back. They want to come back. They believe in what we're doing. They believe in themselves. So thank you to you, because we can't do it without story, and you're a story creator. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I've had a wonderful time interviewing you. I'll
Thank you.
see you soon.
All right. Well, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Mwah. Back.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sweetheart.
Thank you. Bye-bye.